have to kill her. You had that choice, so you said sorry. I'm not going to accept it right now because my heart is cold. And every time I look at my grandkids, they got nobody's mom. And you had a choice, you really had to kill her. It's not nothing that she could have done to get killed. She was a good person. She had a whole life ahead of her. I loved her. That was my daughter. And you sat at my dinner table, you ate my food, you talked to me, all that, and you would turn around and just kill my daughter. And not only did you kill her, you played like an animal. You left, you went around the corner and got somebody else to try to shove her in the car. I know if you would have got away with it, you was going to take her and get that higher. You wasn't going to want to be held accountable for killing my daughter. And then you did her like an animal in the car. You just threw her all in there and all that, and you think because you say sorry, and how I'm supposed to feel. I live with this every day. Every day I wake up and open my eyes. My daughter's not here. I gotta look at my grandkids every day and look at them, and it's not their mom not here.
I'm not saying that he would have saved her life. Maybe he would have, probably he wouldn't have, but at least she would have had the dignity of not being wrapped in a blanket and dragged into the bowels of her own home, past the closed door beyond which was the hallway where his child and her children slept. He wants the minimum end of the guidelines. Remember the one witness who testified, who was watching him drag her body outside. How did he treat Shameka Oliver? Treated it, the corpse, like it meant nothing to them.
So it wasn't an accidental discharge, it was somebody pointing a handgun directly at her head with a fatal shot to the head. And, you know, one of the things in the law that we can look at is we can look at a defendant's action and determining intent. What was his intent? How do we determine that? Well, we look at the defendant's actions before, during, and after the crime. All of it. Not just, you know, what happened when the police arrived. And of course, we know when you allegedly found her, you know, mortally wounded in her home with your child and her children there, what do you do? I mean, any person in the community would call 911, but that's not what you did. I mean, you decided to walk, run, go approximately another block to get a friend that could help you drag her body out of the house. And when the show really started was when the cops came up and their body cams were there. But unfortunately then you got, well, you know, she must have been a victim of an armed robbery or some kind of gang shooting. I think there were at least 3 different, you know, self-serving explanations that you offered, you know, for Miss Oliver's, you know, death. So in balancing those goals, I mean, I do think you intend, and by the way, you got intent to kill murder. That's true. And Mr. Berry correctly cited there, you know, the jury didn't find sufficient evidence of premeditation and deliberation, but I got a feeling they were thinking about it. You know, I didn't talk to the jury after that, but you know, but clearly they ultimately came down to second-degree murder. But what is second-degree murder? Second-degree murder is intent to kill murder or an intent to commit death or great bodily harm. I mean, I don't really know which of those 2 you had, but either one is sufficient for the kind of sentence I'm going to impose. So you're going to prison and count 1, second-degree murder, 80 years to 120 years with credit for 1,012 days.